So it's October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm going to do my part, as you'll see in this gas mask video. I'll be trying out the NATO gas mask to 3M filter adapter from the ThePrintGuildStore with a set of 3M filters that are available both commercially and at big box stores, hardware stores, painting supply stores, places like that. So I previously tried out a filter adapter from the ThePrintGuildStore back when they were called, I believe, AptusWorks. The company changed its name. I'll include a link to that video at the end of this video. And I wanted to try out another one of their adapters, but I wanted to find a more practical use for it. At my work, they provide 3M half-face respirators. I don't like half-face respirators. I like full-face respirators. So I have a Mira Safety CM8M gas mask, which is a full-face respirator. It uses 40mm NATO cartridges. How do I adapt a mask like this to fit the 3M cartridges that my work provides for its employees for the respirators that we use? Or how could somebody who has a gas mask for, say, their bug out bag or what have you, convert it to accept these inexpensive, readily available 3M filters to do work around the house? Say you wanted to filter out drywall dust, or you were in an attic or crawl space and it was kind of dusty and you really don't know what you're breathing in, or you're doing something in the garage that has a lot of fumes like painting or something else like that, and you needed a respirator, but you wanted some inexpensive, readily available filters for it, as opposed to using maybe the more expensive and bulky filters that you would use in, say, a situation where you're dealing with tear gas or some CBRN threat. You didn't want to use that for this sort of application. So the ThePrintGuildStore has an adapter, and I'm going to try it out to see how well it fits. This NATO gas mask to 3M filter adapter from the ThePrintGuildStore should allow for the use of these 3M filters with my CM8M mask, or any mask that accepts 40mm NATO filters. So I ordered the adapters from the ThePrintGuildStore. They're on Etsy, and for $6 more, you get a second one. You can buy one or two, and I said, well, I've got two ports on this for $6 more. Why not? So it came in less than a week in this padded envelope. I'll go ahead and open it up. And there's a clear closable bag with two adapters. So shipping on this was $4.35. That's not bad at all. Came in the US mail. So I'll go ahead and open up the bag. So it's supposed to thread right into the port. And it does. I'll go ahead and thread one into each. And let me read a description of, well, before I thread that one in, I'll go ahead and read the description. So this adapter allows 6000 and 7000 series 3M filters to be used with a 40mm NATO mask. This adapter is constructed of PETG. PETG is durable, impact resistant, and tolerates temperatures up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. This product will not melt in your car in the summer and is also resistant to chemicals. The adapter has a proprietary impermeable center core topped with an authentic 3M inhalation port gasket. The 3M gasket is required for 3M filters as it allows the filter to look in, providing an airtight seal as designed by 3M. All right, I'll go ahead and screw in the other one. Now we get to where we tie into Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I picked this up at Lowe's. So this one with the black base is for non-harmful particles and annoying odors. And this one with the yellow base is for professional removal of mold and lead-based paints, sprays from coatings, sealants, and adhesives. Filters at least 99.97% of solid and liquid aerosols, as well as certain organic vapors and gases. This is a 3M organic vapor acid gas cartridge filter. You can see down here, it's got the different ratings on the label on the front. If I open the flap, I pull out a bag. This is a hermetic seal to protect it. So this is a model 60923. So it's a 6000 series filter. Now at work we use the 60921, which doesn't filter out as much. This is actually a better filter than what they offer at work. That one's more for dust. I'll go ahead and break the seal by just opening up the bag. And there's some instructions. Get the other filter out. And they should just line up, give a twist, and it locks into place. Do I want them facing rearward or backward? More downward. All right, so depending on placement is which way the filters are oriented. These are bigger than I thought, so as far as them being less bulky, no, they're about as bulky as a low-profile tear gas filter. But as you can see, the filters are pink. Now somebody's going to say, no, that's magenta, or that's fuchsia, which, by the way, is fuchsia is a pink. But now these are pink, and you can see the base is gray with a yellow stripe. The ones we have at work have a black stripe here, and I believe the two-tone color denotes the capabilities of the filter. But this is a filter that will handle vapors and dust. So it's just a little bit more money than the dust filter. So you want to make sure that you purchase the 3M filter that's appropriate for the work that you'll be doing. So now I'm going to try on the mask. So I've donned and cleared the mask, and I know it has a good seal because it's tied up underneath my chin and it crunched down onto the bridge of my nose. I'm not having any trouble breathing through it. I've been walking around the hotel room and shooting multiple takes of this part of the video. I've fumbled around with the filters a little bit off camera, and I can twist them, but as long as I don't mess with them, there's a good tight seal there. So these aren't the filters that I would recommend in some sort of bug out situation, but for something at work or at home, I think that these adapters will do the job as far as providing a way to adapt your gas mask, your full face respirator, to fit these 3M filters. These adapters also allow guys like me to wear pink during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. One last thing before I end the video. I'm going to go ahead and read off my script here. There's a 3M technical bulletin. It's number 142. I'll include a link to it in the description section of this video. And it says reuse of organic vapor chemical cartridges. Traditionally, gas and vapor cartridges and canisters were often changed when the user noted taste, smell, or irritation from the contaminant. However, some contaminants don't have good warning properties, and the ability to smell odors varies greatly between individuals. Like I have a poor sense of smell. A more practical solution for reuse of organic vapor cartridges, like these, may be a running clock In other words, the estimated service life starts when the cartridge is first used and continues whether the cartridge is being used or stored. For example, if the estimated service life is 40 hours, then the organic vapor cartridge may be used for 8 hours, stored 16 hours, and used for 8 hours. Total time, 30 hours, before being discarded. The effective cartridge change schedule should be every 2 days, except when used prior to a weekend, holiday, etc. So what the technical bulletin is saying is that there is a finite lifespan on the filters. Whatever their shelf life is reduced as soon as you break the seal on the package. You could use them for a short time, store them properly, like put them in a reclosable bag and store them in a cool, dry place, or leave them on the mask and store the mask in a cool, dry place, and reuse them at a later time. But say the filters had like a 10-year lifespan sealed in their container. You're not going to use them for a few hours, even in an environment that doesn't have a lot of contaminants, and then put them away and then pull them out 9.5 years later, and they're going to work good as new. It won't work like that. Just breathing through them starts to degrade them. So the shelf life is determined by the filters being stored in their original container, and then once you take them out, they've got a certain lifespan. There's different charts for different filters showing their exposure to different chemicals or particles and different temperatures and humidity and all of these things, all of these factors that require a lot of math, and that's too much for me. So my advice is, when in doubt, throw out. And these adapters allow the use of inexpensive 3M filters for your full face respirator. And I think it's a good value if you plan to use your mask for something other than a tactical situation. And once again, it allows guys like me to wear pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Thanks for watching.